Okay, y'all, so good morning, Wednesday morning. Y'all saw the video yesterday where we got dude's car running. And, well, he let it run for a while. I was trying to get him, if he's going to try to drive it over to the shop, it's only about a mile from his house. Drive it over to the shop. I told him, I said, look, man, you ain't going to try to do that this afternoon, you know. But he didn't want to, for whatever reason, you know, tired or, you know, it's hot out here. It's hot out here every day. So, you know, I was just telling him, hey man, we ain't gonna, if for some reason the car won't make it for you driving it to the shop, then we need to know now instead of knowing it now, right? So this morning, so he didn't do anything yesterday afternoon after we got it started. He let it run, turned it off, cranked it back up and all that. Well, he woke up this morning, the battery's dead again. So he's probably going to replace that battery. And I mentioned that in the video yesterday. A lot of times these batteries get so dead when you're sitting on the side of the road with the flashers on and the key on and, you know, just got in a wreck, well, you're all jittery because you just got in a wreck, you know. So what we're gonna do, and I just told him, I said, look, man, I ain't got time to play with your vehicle this morning. You know, I don't. I'm not gonna take the time to this morning to follow him around to get him down to the shop, go over there, jump him off. It's just a lot, man. You know, I got a list that we got to do. So today it's gonna pay. Zach, and I'm picking him up too. Zach should make about $150 today. His check's gonna end up being pretty good this week, even though, you know, I'm having to go pick him up and stuff. But he ain't got nothing in this week. He ain't got no fuel. And plus, at the end of the day, if he don't have a car, you know, if dude don't have a car, then he ain't gonna spend as much money at night because he can't go nowhere. And that's exactly what I was talking about, you know, yesterday. More money don't always mean more good, right? So I've had a lot of guys come in the comments talking about the pay and these guys can't live on $600 a week and, you know, and all that. I don't know where y'all from or whatever that are saying all that, but in where I live at, you are pressed to find a job that's going to pay you $600 a week. And some people are coming at me crazy talking about, well, if you gave him, you know, more hours, you know, you make $17 an hour working 40 hours a week. Well, I don't know where a lot of guys went to school at, but that we could do that, right? You get more hours, but the money's still the same. I mean, I don't understand how, okay, I can figure exactly out to the penny, but if you're paying somebody $17 an hour and they are working 40 hours a week, I can do it real quick. I'm gonna show you how simple it really is. I mean, I can't believe guys are even, you know. So you pay them 17 bucks an hour, and you're multiplying that times 40. That's $680. Okay. Let's jot that down some damn where. Yeah. Okay. So we go back here. Now let's go $25 an hour. Times 30. So, and that's $750. So, you see what I'm saying? So, you can, I mean, it's right here, plain as day. Maybe I'll do the calculation on there. If you pay somebody $17 an hour, and this is what the guy was saying, give them $17 an hour working 40 hours a week. I want to make less money than I pay the guys now. That's what you're making less money, but you're working more hours. That's ludicrous, man. I mean, maybe, am I missing something? Let me know. Okay, say you pay them, you give them 40 hours a week. Everybody seems to always be stuck on 40 hours. Who made that rule? Who made that a law? If I can do $80 more per week in 10 less hours in the heat out here, wouldn't you rather do that than to spend an additional 10 hours and make $80 less? Because 17, if you pay, let's just say you pay them 17 is, I don't know why 17 stuck in my head. Let's just say you pay them 20 an hour. 20 times 40, that's $800. Okay? If I pay them 25 an hour at 30, that's $750. So you're gonna work 10 extra hours for 50 bucks? That's $5 an hour, okay? And just want to make sure everybody that we're on the same calculator. That's what I'm saying. So I don't really understand why people are coming at me, you know, saying I need to give them more hours. I mean, no, I don't. I'll tell you what you can do if you really want to label me and the business model or whatever. Not that I'm a business major or nothing. I'm just doing what works based on experience out here on what guys will and won't do. You know. So to a lot of you guys, y'all are saying, well, man, to attract good employees, you got to give them 40 hours a week. Okay. What are you going to pay them? You're going to pay them $25 an hour for 40 hours a week? No, you ain't. You ain't. I know, not where I live at. So, I mean, I just trying to figure out the numbers here, because I like to look at numbers, actual numbers, you know, to say, well, give them $18 an hour and work them 40 hours a week and you'll have a better employee. I don't agree. I think that if you give them $25 an hour and work them 30 hours a week and they make more money or about the same money, that's what every employee is going to want to do. Why do they want to work? Why in the hell do I want to stay out there an additional 10 hours? Yeah, so the company can make all the money. I get it. Because the business makes more money that way, while they're taking advantage of the employee. Y'all got it all twisted, saying, I'm taking advantage of the employee. I don't see how I'm doing that. I'm offering them, hey man, let's get this work done, and this is what I'm going to pay you, and it's going to average out to be $25, $30 an hour most of the time. Or I guess I could go to them and say, look, man, so I'm gonna give y'all $18 an hour, and let's work 8 hours, and let's just drag our day, you know, like an hourly employee does, like a county or state or federal worker does. Let's just drag our time, just make our life miserable, you know. You gonna get quality employees like that? Maybe you will in your area, but in my area, you ain't gonna get quality employees like that. It's too damn hot for guys to be out here in this heat all day long for $18 or $19 an hour. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that out there, man. So, and I'm not saying guys ain't worth that. I'm just saying that for people to come in my comments talking about, you know, maybe I should work them longer hours. Nobody, I mean, and I'm gonna say it again, nobody that's ever worked for me wants to work longer hours. And I guarantee you, if you look in the mirror, based on my route density, my equipment, my know-how, and all the things that we do, the little things, I guarantee you, me and one of my guys can do as many properties in 5 hours as it might take somebody else 8 hours to do. We don't have to work 8 hours. And the notion that society has planted in your head that 40 hours a week 8 hours a day, and that's it. That's, to me, that's just BS, man. I hate to say it like that and sound like such a, you know, whatever. But nobody wants to work 40 hours a week for the man. And in my business, I'm the man. You know, to my employees, it's the same as working for me, going to working for the man. I don't want to work 40 hours when I can make the same or really close to the same amount of money in 30 hours. Another option too is always, and there's, you know, I love options. Another option that the guys can do, they can come, and this is what Francisco did, they can come work for me till 1:30, 2 o'clock, and then they can go work a part-time job in the afternoon. Francisco did it. A lot of guys come out here, and over the years, I've had a lot of guys that come out here, they work with me, they buy a few little tools off of me, and next thing you know, they are out, after they get off work with me, they out doing their own gig, making another $100 on the day, you know? I mean, it's true. It's happened a lot, a whole lot. You know, but if you're not going to do right with your money, it don't matter what I'm paying. But I just get so worked up, I guess, about the notion of 40 hours a week. Who the hell planted that seed in your freaking head, man? Some weeks I may work 40, some weeks I may work 20, some weeks I may work 50. I don't know. I mean, I don't run my life thinking about, okay, I need to work these guys 40 hours a week. I don't do that. But a lot of guys that come at me in the comments, and I'm not mad or nothing, I'm just saying that y'all come at me hardcore like 40 hours a week is the law. Like it's mandatory. Like your employees really look forward to working for you for 40 hours a week at $18 an hour. I like to give the guys that work for me options. They can get off work and they can go have a part-time job. Or better yet, you can turn around and call the job that I have here part-time job with full-time pay. That's even better. We'll just call what I do for the guys that work for me, just call it a part-time job. And then maybe that'll simplify everything for the people that seem to get, I don't know, confused with 40 hours a week means more money. 40 hours a week does not necessarily mean more money, and 40 hours a week definitely means more time. So, and maybe I'll never attract, you know, top candidates. But I ain't 36, 37 no more. I'm at a point now to where, you know, well, I know I'm not going to build a huge business because the labor, there's a big labor issue here. How come the guys that come out here and work, how come they can't get off at, you know, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock and go work somewhere and go work another job or go do a little side hustle or go do something, a little gig or whatever? How come they can't do that? So you try to put it all on me, and, you know, I'm throwing it back at you. I've had guys over the years come out here and they'll make, you know, 130 bucks with me, and then they'll get off at 2 o'clock, and then they'll go make another $200 or $150. And I'm like, okay, that's sweet. They'll buy a little equipment off me, but, you know, you can't, these dudes got to buy the right kind of vehicle to be able to do that. You can't buy a, you know, a town car and expect to be able to pull a trailer with it. You know? It's just, I mean, I'm just appalled at the concept that they're not making enough money. If I had a job and I wasn't making enough money, then what I used to do when I worked at the office, and y'all can believe it or not, think this is crazy, but I used to, when I worked at the office, before I bought my house, and before I started this business, before I got laid off, I was doing extra work at the office. I would work my day, and then I would clean the office at night. Yeah, washing toilets and shit. Yeah, for another $80 a week. I clean the office once a week. Every Wednesday afternoon, that's where I was at. So don't come at me trying to make me be responsible for these guys, because you say these guys don't make enough money. Well, he made more money, he could buy a better car. A better car would still be wrecked on the side of the highway. I mean, no matter what kind of quality car he has, he'd still be in a wreck. It would still be over here broke down. It just costs more money. You know? Again, no one, and maybe your employees don't want to tell you this, but no one wants to work 40 hours a week if they ain't got to make the same money or less money. And one of your suggestions was, whoever, I don't remember who, was pay them $17 or $18 an hour and give them 40 hours a week. 40 hours a week out here in the Georgia heat, that's ridiculous, man. Nobody wants to do that. And 40 hours a week is not going to get you the same amount, at $18 an hour is not going to get you the same amount of money that I pay getting off at 2. And where I'm at, if you got a job where you're making $120, $130 a day, and you're only working 5 or 6 hours, well, if you got a job where you're making $130 a day and you're working 8 hours, that's a pretty good job in my area. You know, I'm just saying. So, you know, think about what you are commenting before you make a comment that really just doesn't make sense to me, man. And if I got it all wrong, please explain to me so I can get it all right. You know, I want to know, I want to learn, I want to be better, all those things. But, you know, some guys come to me and say, man, just stick to the skid steer work. So what am I going to do, drop 85 customers? You done bumped your tater? I said tater. That's what we say down here in the South, y'all. But we'll just call my job a part-time job. Well, a part-time job, yeah, a part-time job that pays more than a lot of full-time jobs. Actually brings home more than a lot of full-time jobs in my area. In my area, the guy on the ground, the weed eater guy, he ain't gonna never make more than $20 an hour. I mean, he's gonna cap out around that if he can't, you know. And y'all say, well, dude's a lead guy and all this. Dude can't even make it to work 5 days straight without something. He's not a lead guy. He can't. Every time I put somebody in the truck with him, they have problems with him because, well, he doesn't give direction. He doesn't tell people what to do. You know, I've done that. And next thing you know, it's taking them just as long to do the property because he ain't saying nothing to them about what they're not doing. He just jumps out and finishes up whatever they missed. When really he needs to be telling them, hey, make sure you weed here. Everybody's not a leader, man. And everybody's not built for this shit. To be a leader. Dude is not in tune enough with his surroundings to notice things that a leader should notice. So, and the mere fact that you can't come to work 5 days a week and that you have all these off the field things that I guess in y'all's eyes is Ray's fault because Ray don't pay you enough money. See what I'm saying, y'all? Come on, man, kick out.